Hey guys, I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft, and today a video response. This is to Steve Dennis from Explorers of the Wild, and he wanted to know what is my top 3 survival items. Now my mind raced when I first heard the topic of this, because there's many videos out there about what people's top survival items would be. And in this particular challenge, you're allowed 2 cutting tools or 2 edge tools. So that makes life a little bit easier. But when he started saying about survival tools, my mind started to drift back about what is your situation that you're going to be in that you would consider your survival situation. And that could be any time of day at any time in your life. So really, what you carry on you every day should be your top survival item. And the first thing, of course, that I thought about was, number one, what's in your mind? What do you already carry in your brain that allows you to carry less in your back, or on your back? So number one item, your knowledge. Number 2, your skills. What can you do with your hands? What do you possess as far as an actual, tangible, hands-on, in reality? Not only do you know the information, not only have you seen it before, but you have physically completed these tasks. And it could be anywhere from safe handling of an edge tool right on up to how to build a bow drill or a hand set to start fire. There's many things out there. Your ability to navigate and self-awareness and all of that could be wrapped up into that actual hands-on, tangible item. So what do you know in your mind? What are you able to actually do? And then what resources are around you? And that would depend on your location. Are you in a city? Are you outside of a small town? Are you out in the countryside? Are you in the jungle? Or are you out on an iceberg in the middle of absolutely nowhere? What can you do with what's around you? Those were the first things that popped into my mind. But I don't think, Steve, that's exactly what you wanted to hear for this particular scenario. So without going into a whole lot of psychology of survival, which is absolutely key, let's get into 3 items that I choose that I would pick to keep with me, let's just say on a daily basis or when I'm going out into the woods. So let me reposition this camera and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so what I've got laid out here in front of you is what I would normally keep on my person every day. And this starts off my first level of survival items. First, I have a cell phone. Most of us carry a cell phone or a communication device of some kind. This is my wallet on my cell phone. That goes in my pocket. In my pocket every day, whether you're a smoker or not, I think it's only wise to keep some form of fire starting, and I teach fire starting, so I wouldn't be caught without that. On my belt every day, I use I have been, I just recently switched to the Super Tool, but this is a Leatherman Wave, and it's actually a kit within itself. The Leatherman Wave has the tools in it that I prefer for a multi-tool, but I really like the side pouch that it comes in. I have a nice size ferro rod on this side, and on this side I have a small space pen, ink pen. In the back there's a little compartment where I keep 1 mini Inferno and an alcohol prep pad inside of that. So I have my cutting tool, Surefire, and an ink pen with me all the time. And this came in very handy when I was in the fire department, because you always need an ink pen. And of course, as a firefighter, when you're doing backfires and torches and all the things you need for wildland firefighting, you need a way to start fire to be able to do those drip torches. The other thing that stays with me all the time, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in my pocket right now also, is a bandana. Many uses for that item, and every morning I put that in my pocket. And if I leave the house, I always take my own water with me. I have great water at my house. I'm on a well that just has some of the highest quality water you could ever want. So a choice for me is to take a stainless steel water bottle. Now, I have absolutely nothing against a Nalgene bottle. They're great. I use them around the house. We use them as backup water supplies and canteens as far as keeping them in the coolers and that type of stuff. But my primary water cooler or water canteen is going to be a stainless steel bottle. And I prefer this 1 quart stainless steel bottle from the Pathfinder School. The quality and material workmanship is fantastic. This one's been burnt and used many times, and it's had no degradation of the materials whatsoever. Clean canteen, lid fits on top. Good heavy duty lid with this little D-ring device on top. The other item that I keep with me all the time, because I am a diabetic, so I always keep some type of a food source or energy shot type of gel with me all the time. So this Clif Bar will represent that. And to house my insulin pump and my diagnostic needs, I keep that in a pouch. For traditionalism, I use this leather pouch when I'm out practicing my bushcraft and such. And this is just a simple little belt pouch, and inside of it that houses my supplies that I need as far as testing my blood sugar, extra strips, batteries, the lancet, and all of that. Now, when I'm out in town, I usually use the multi-tool and this little pouch. When I'm out in the woods somewhere, I'll use this and my belt knife. Now, this little pouch is kind of cool. It is able to house all of my diabetic needs plus my wallet and my cell phone, and keeps it all in one nice neat little package right on my belt. But once again, I don't think that's what you were talking about, Steve. That's more of my everyday carry items. What you want to know is what are my top 3 survival items. Whenever I go out into the bush, I carry a haversack. And in that haversack, I carry the 10 C's plus a couple of items. Now, if you're not familiar with the 10 C's of survivability, that's something that was coined by Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. And it is a list of 10 not particular items, but categories of items that he suggests that we carry all of the time. Cutting tools, combustion devices, cover elements, containers, cordage, some cotton of some type, cargo tape, a candling device, a compass, and a canvas sail needle. And I am a believer in these, not just particular 10 items, but these 10 categories of items. And those, along with a good pair of leather gloves, are what I keep in my haversack. So let's go through that and decide what I can keep and what I just can't live without. Leather gloves are great, but I really don't have to have them in a survival situation. Cover element, I use a poncho. But you know what, if you're dressed right for your area of operation, you should be able to make do with just finding local cover, so we'll do away with that. Within this little bag here, I've got my candling device. It's a simple headlamp with some flashing modes and a red light for nighttime. A really handy thing to have. Doesn't weigh much. Do I have to have it? No, I could do away with that. Compass, another great item. This is my navigation kit. There is a true single mirror, paste beads, some small little glow sticks for nighttime navigation. It's a Suunto Global, great piece of equipment. I like to have it whenever I'm in the woods, but for my normal area of operations, I can get along without that by just knowing my terrain. Cordage, this is some new cordage that I'm messing with. I use this Bankline 550 cord. This is some stuff made at Spectra. It's incredibly strong, but I can make natural cordage. It's tough, it's time consuming, but not something that I absolutely have to have. Gorilla brand duct tape. I keep that in my kit, just a small amount, nowhere near what I would like to have, but for having something and something lightweight, it's a really good option. So I like it, but I really don't absolutely have to have it. And there's some of that Bankline that I was talking about. This is number 36, tarred Bankline. Not all Bankline is created equal, guys. This is some really good stuff. It should smell like tar when you pull it out, and there shouldn't be any areas that are untreated with the tar if you want good quality Bankline. Once again, doesn't weigh much, pretty light, but I don't absolutely have to have it. Alright, we're down to these items, and I have, this is my Scout water bottle and nesting cup. This is just a little titanium nesting cup. The sleeve is it's not really as much to keep the water cold inside as much as it makes the cup fit the bottle really well. This is a Klean Kanteen 28-ounce water bottle. It's really the absolute minimum that I would recommend going out into the bush with. Klean Kanteen makes a great bottle. I've never destroyed one yet. Stand behind their products. I've got to have water to live, and do I have to have the cup and the foamy? No, I don't. That's just convenient items. But the bottle itself, water, I'm going to leave that there for right now. If I'm going to have one cutting tool, it's going to be this one right here. This is a knife made by LT Wright. I have a review on my channel about this knife. To me, this is the perfect size. It's the handle of the GNS. It's got a little bit longer blade. It's in a Scandinavian grind, but the blade is a little bit thinner than my Pathfinder knife. And if I was going to design a knife for my school, this right here would be the knife. It just really fits my hand well. I'm working with a couple of other knives right now that I'm seeing how they work, but right now, if I only had one cutting tool, this would be it. It has an attached ferrule rod that matches, and on the back it has a canvas sail needle. Once again, it doesn't really take up any more room on me. It doesn't really weigh anything, but I would take that needle off if I could only have that one option. Mini Inferno is a great product sold by the Pathfinder School. Once again, I don't mean to sound like a commercial for the Pathfinder School, but when you find kit that works, that's what you want to stick with. There's a lot of fire starters out there that will give you Surefire, and that's what I like, not only with the ferrule rod, but I like something, either this or some fat wood, if I have to get something out of nature, which is what I would replace this product with. So since in my area fat wood is abundant and I know how to collect tinder, I'll do away with my Surefire, and I'll keep my knife and my ferrule rod and my canteen. Now that's my 3 items, 1, 2, and 3. Considering I am clothed for my area of operation, my cover needs should be met with what I'm wearing. But if I get another cutting tool option, it's going to be this right here. This is a folding saw. This is the Bahco Laplander. There are more aggressive, faster cutting saws out there. But as an all-around survival bushcraft, if I could only carry one saw, I need something that's bomb-proof and that I can depend on, and that's going to be the Bahco. So there we have it. I guess we've narrowed down my kit, and other than my medical issues that I have to think about and the items that I carry in my pockets every day, if we're talking about my 3 survival items with 2 cutting tools, this would be my kit. Okay, Steve, well, there's my video response to your question. My top 3 survival items, and I can include 2 edge tools. So just in a quick wrap up, we've got the Klean Kanteen in a 28 ounce. Usually I would do a 32, I think would be a better choice. I have my knife, which is a one-off from LT Wright, just a high quality cutting tool. Good high quality ferro rod, one of a large enough diameter that I can throw some pretty serious sparks with. And my next edge tool would be a saw. So thanks for asking me to do this. Once again, this was from Steve Dennis of Explorers of the Wild. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. He's got some good stuff out there, and he's got a lot of good stuff to come. He says, I'm looking forward to seeing what he produces. I'm also looking forward to the video responses from the other individuals that he tagged. If nothing else, this one will make you think, and I hope you think about what you have in your pockets before you go out on your next adventure. When you leave the house, no matter if it's a day out at work, a day with the kids, out doing some type of a local adventure, or if you're going out on a major wilderness hike. So thanks for joining me once again for this video. I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft, home of global safety and survival. Until next time, God bless, guys.